Hello, everybody. Here we go for doot doot. What's like my biggest one? Yeah, there's my biggest one. I don't need the core tab stuff right now. Yeah, let's just copy that. Copy, paste. There we go. Now I'm here. Uh, Hello YouTube, everyone who's watching this. This is something a little different. I will just be working on a ROM hack. Ooh. Okay. I don't need the core temperature stuff. That's fine. And then where was the Shiny Force window capture thingy? And now I put in one of these. Shiny Force one editor. Here we go. Base reference. Okay. Alright, so I can close that. I can close this. Let's open this thing up. Also, that reminds me. Gens and gens. Let's go ahead and copy those out of here into just, here. We'll get things started in a little bit. Don't worry. I'm just transferring files right now. For those of you who do not know what's about to happen, welcome. This will be a Shining Force ROM hack thing. I'll just be, you know, I'll be ROM hacking live on stream, working on my finalized version of it. Did it not work? Hold on. Desktop, paste. For some reason, you didn't show up on my list of people I follow. Have you not followed my channel? You, I thought you followed my channel. Yeah, you have. You did. You followed it yesterday. Weird. I have no idea why. Okay. Why is it not transferring? Um, let's go with documents. Are you in documents? Okay, that's the reason why. It's probably because some permission thing or something. Okay, well, whatever. It's probably because I had just started the stream, and that happens sometimes. Also, I've been really bad about uploading to YouTube. I should get back to actually uploading to YouTube properly, I should say. Also, by the way, if I'm not sure if I ever put that on there, but if you ever did decide to want to try Discord, there's the link to my Discord server. while we're waiting for this thing to actually load. I guess I can kind of show you what is currently happening. No, I don't really need to. There is black screen for a reason. It's not just arbitrary. Because I'm waiting for something to actually finish loading. Not the Shining Force editor. I'm waiting for something to actually finish transferring, you know? I want to get off of my bug drive and onto the actual computer. Because the problem is currently the emulator is on the removable hard drive. Anyway, if you want to mention anything else about the ROM hack, go ahead and do so now while I'm already waiting. I could just chat away about it. That's fine. This is going to be a casual chatting stream while I just do things in the background. Dude, I can hear the wind howling outside. Assuming it's too hard to make sure that you can get XP overflow. XP overflow is already a thing. It's just a checkbox in Shining Force 1 editor. Would you like EXP overflow? And I just checked it on. So that's already a thing in the game. Do you want me to bump up the enemy levels? Because my main worry about bumping up enemy levels is like, oh hey, that means it's gonna be really hard early game, but then as you get later game, the difficulty's just gonna kind of go away. That's my main worry, and it's just gonna become normal Shining Force again in terms of like difficulty. You know, assuming it's too. Yeah, no, it's not too hard to do that. Also, wow, we have 4 viewers. Welcome. I'm gonna be doing some ROM hacking. Um, Mainly just because GrowCheck was very interested in my ROM hack that I made a long time ago, back when I was a teenager. And honestly, I would bump up the later enemies, but keep the levels for the first couple of battles. Yeah. Did you notice what I meant by like goblins being quote unquote fodder compared to the rest of the enemies? Because they kind of are. Uh, Put these files. Yeah. What's your opinion on the actual like enemy stats, by the way? Because I know you mentioned a few, but like you didn't mention all of them. So I'm just curious. Those goblins rush to their death. Yes, they rush to their death, and they have middle swords of strength, but that's about it. And that's about all they got is middle swords of strength. All right, so Shining Force 1 Ed. Here we go. You should be able to see it on the screen. I'll go ahead and make it bigger for you guys. This is what the actual editor looks like, and let me drag it so it's not on the top of the screen. Let me drag the chat so it's a tiny bit smaller. I wish there's a way I can make it like down this way, but the problem is I can't without it just being super huge. Anyway, different rings makes it interesting for these. Yeah, definitely. Okay, let me open up the ROM hack. Where exactly do I have this thing? Is it this one? No, I don't think it's that one. That's a different one. That's the one I'm currently working on. Here we go. Here's the original one. Yeah, this looks about correct. And yeah, okay, this is the one. That makes sense. Gives HP regen because I see goblins. No! Actually, one of my ideas early on in the game, sorry, one of my ideas back then that I'm changing slightly now is just that every single character, allied or enemy, has HP regen. That was one of the things I just had on back then because I was like, wouldn't it be funny if literally everyone had HP regen? And I'm going to probably keep that for enemies, but I'm going to turn it off for allies. So yeah, HP regen from Elliot, that's just going to be a thing for everybody now. Except for the player characters, other than the hero. Okay. So actually, yeah, let's expand this. And now I'll go ahead and shrink the window. Shrink the window. Expand the window. Oh, I can't expand it a lot. Okay. Okay. So what can I do? So I can do this. Then there. That works. Do that and then slightly here. Cool. There, now it works. No, actually, oh, that's not what I want to drag. I want to drag my actual picture and move him over here. There. Now I'm over in the gray area. And I'll go ahead and move the chat over here too. I'll go ahead and make chat bigger as well, but I'll move it over here. Oh god, it became way bigger than I was hoping it to be. The actual terrain of the map? I can. I can also switch between different battles, as you can see. Anyway, so yeah, here's the thing. Also, I placed a lot more goblins. I don't know if you noticed that, but there's a lot of goblins here. So, all right. And there's an extend monster thing here if I want to like just add more. Here's the actual goblin stat, by the way. 12 attack, 18 defense, blah blah blah. But then, if we compare that to, let's say, the Dark Dwarf, suddenly that's a lot more. Let me look at the Silver Knight. Where's the Silver Knight? The Dark Knight compared to the Silver Knight. Because these aren't like. Oh, here we go. Silver Knight, Ruin Knight. Yeah, I never actually added the stats of the Silver Knight for some reason. Okay, so let me go back and do the adds for the stats. So, 18, so that'd be 48, 33, 36, 27. If you don't know, what I effectively did to make the enemies harder is I just multiplied all of their stats by 3. And I forgot to do that for the Silver Knight. So I did that for the regular Knight, but not the Silver Knight. So now the Silver Knight, this inversion has it properly multiplied by 3. I've also just missed it. And actually, hold on. Let me shrink this down. And then in comparison, we will have a different SF1 adder, which, let me get that being displayed. This other one will be edit the properties. There we go. Oh, but I can't do that. Okay, never mind. I can't do that. Okay, so I need to add this to go back to this one. And I need to add in FFF1 editor tool. F1 editor tool. Yeah, there we go. And then add in this. So the reason why I'm setting this one up the way I'm setting it up is because this will be the control. This will have a vanilla version of the ROM open. And that's what I'm planning on doing, is having a normal vanilla version of the actual Shining Force ROM open over here so we can compare the stats over here to the stats over here. I did notice he tripled the gold drop, which is nice. Yes. It's not. It's hard, but it's not impossible. It's not like I don't give you the ability to actually, you know, it's not like I don't give you the ability to actually get the proper equipment. You can get your equipment, and equipment matters a lot more now rather than just characters and stats. Equipment matters, and granted, characters and stats do matter, but I was thinking that if you could remove corners, it would make it tougher. I find myself backing into corners, having only one enemy attacking me. If it was ever made that I couldn't hide in a corner, it would be even more challenging. I will look into that. Either way. So let me compare. Let me drag this up so that it will be easier for me. It doesn't look any different for you, but it'll be easier for me. Let me compare, for example, like the goblin to the goblin. You notice I even did multiply the stats of the goblin. You know, bow rider, rune knight, rune knight. This is all 7s, this is 21s. I didn't modify the actual movement speed. But basically, yeah, I just applied a 3 times multiplication to all of their stats. That's kind of generally what I did. And I just kind of forgot to do that with the Silver Knight, as you saw. I did not multiply their effective level, though. I kept their level the same, but I multiplied all of their other stats. A quirk you could introduce is that Joker can equip a very special weapon. Pick whatever weapon you want. I could, but there's an issue with that, and that means I'd have to program in a weapon sprite, and I suck at spriting, especially in this game. Because spriting in Shining Force is quite finicky. I don't have the expertise. I don't have the expertise or ability to do that, but that does sound cool, and I wouldn't mind trying to do that at some point. Yeah, I did. I did run around with the idea of maybe the Jogurt ring having a different effect or like an effect when you use it. But other than that, you want to see what I did with Jogurt? Because here's what I did with Jogurt. Just let that sink in. This is what Jogurt looks like in my ROM pack. Yeah, I know, and I mean, I'm aware that that's a thing that people can do, and that's not something that I have ever dabbled with, and I don't feel skilled to do. Also, yeah, Jogurt gives you the 4 useless items in the game that are usually just buried in the game code and don't do anything, and you cannot acquire them. But also, he just has a muddle 4, slow 4, dispel 4, and sleep 4. He is really zippy. Yes, he is really zippy. Remember how I mentioned movement speed bugs out when it's above 9? Yeah, he has a 15 in movement. That's kind of one of the jokes of his characters, that he can just kind of move across the entire map. And you would see it if you recruited him. Granted, it'd take a while, but I'll probably bump that back down to 9. Think about it. By the way, he still only has an attack of 1. I want to mention, he still only has an attack of 1. But all of his other he's actually useful. My whole thing was I want to make him actually useful, but not like a damaging thing. He's not really damaging. He's just annoying, is all he is. He's like the proper annoyance he was meant to be. So yeah, I plan to play two versions of this game. One is a min party, and the other is a normal playthrough. All right. I would also suggest doing a playthrough where you 100% the game, where you try to get every single character. Actually, you could try out my format of what I do, but that's up to you. Um, what my personal goals. Anyway, yeah, so here's the actual level of things for him. By the way, Max gets level usually a lot of people in my thing get spells every 2 levels. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23, and 25. Just because I don't like spells taking forever to actually get in. What did you think about the actual MP cost of spells? Because I did lower that quite a bit to be a lot less ridiculous. Yeah, actual items. Does Joker gain levels, or is he's still stuck at level 1? He's still stuck at level 1. Okay, so let me go to that one bug that you mentioned about the Dark Knight. It's not in this battle, it's in the next battle you mentioned. I think? Yeah, he has a healing seed. Also, by the way, they could randomize a healing seed. Instead of an actual equipment, they could just get a healing item, though the AI for the enemy actually using a healing item is very buggy, so usually that doesn't matter. Behavior 1, behavior 2, behavior. Yeah. See, there's the charge behavior and the move 2 behavior, whereas he just has the charge behavior. But he has both. How happens if I just do this? And then here's like the full AI menu if you want to go in there. Save. Uh, Next battle. Okay. By the way, before you ask, can I put in more enemies? There's a maximum of 20 enemies per battle. So you can only ever have 20 enemies in a particular battle. All I did was I just maxed out the amount of enemies that are here by goblins. You'll notice that every single battle in the game has 20 enemies in it in my ROM hack. Okay, so yeah, there's. I replaced all of the goblins. All the goblins are gone. Now there's a bunch of Dark Knights. Sorry, Dark Dwarves. And yes, here we go. Here's the offending party. Equipped. Bingo. Now it's equipped. Now the AI for using healing items at Battle 3-2 is good. Yeah, I actually that's a good point. Let me look at the AI for 3-2. I'm trying to remember what 3-2 is. I believe 3-2 is here. What special AI do you have? Huh. They don't actually have special AI. Interesting. Also, as you can see, there's only 15 out of 20 because by this point I hadn't actually gotten to these battles editing yet. I believe the place where I stopped was Battle 4. Battle 4 was the one where I never actually bothered to change it. Battle 3 was the final one that I actually did change. And mainly my change was just to add a crud ton more bats. There's just a ton of bats now. The only reason why Kane is here is because he's here in the cutscene, if you remember. But yeah, I just added a bunch more bats. That's what I did for this one. Can you do the reinforcement thing you usually see in the first battle of chapter 6? Um, I don't know. Let me check. Where is chapter 6? Let's get to chapter 6. Chapter 6. I don't have it memorized. Which one is chapter 6? What the heck is this? Oh. If you make it so like 6 enemies appear behind you, slam into your back line. Um, which one's chapter 6 again? After the ships. Okay. Well, so this one. Yeah, you're talking about these? Uh, that would be, yeah, see, it says hide until. That it's the hide until mechanic, basically. And it basically just means that they're always spawned in, but they won't show up until a certain turn. Like, for example, these ones won't show up until turn 2. These ones won't show up until turn 3, etc. Yeah, it's the hide function. And most things just have hide until 0, which means they just show up at the beginning. But one thing I could do is like a battle where, imagine this battle, except the only person that you actually see is this guy, and then everyone else has hide until. So it just looks like it's a battle against this guy, but then surprise, there's a bunch of enemies there. That'd be fun. But yeah, I could do that by like placing an enemy back here with like hide until 5 or something, so that, or like hide until 3 or something, so that by the time you move, like, let's say over here, suddenly there's enemies appearing in your backline. So yeah, I could do that. I could definitely do that. Also, if you want to know the actual things, here we go. This is the actual things for the hero spell. What do you think about that sprite, by the way? I made that sprite myself. That's that was me. This took me about like 4 hours as a kid to make this sprite, and I had to make it entirely with the paint with the color tools. So that was neat. Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. Was like a sword in the stone sort of thing. So yeah, Excalibur was right on the money because of being the chosen hero. That reminds me. Oh, also, you want to know something else interesting? So, okay, you see like Dark Priest here, for example, or let's take High Priest because we just talked about this battle. You notice High Priest doesn't have any magic attached to him. The reason why is because magic is determined by the enemy in the map, not determined by. It's determined by actual per battle. It's not determined by the actual enemy. And also, enemies are only allowed to have one magic spell, which means that I can't, for example, give mages like Bolt, Freeze, and Fire. They'll only have one magic. So if I want that, I need one mage with Bolt, one mage with Freeze, one mage with Fire. You know, but it also can lead to situations like, oh, hey, priests in this battle might have this thing, but priests in this battle might have this thing. And the only difference is placed on the map. That makes sense given the interaction with the AI. Yeah. So that's a little interesting detail that is different. Also, another thing that's weirdly different is you notice how, for example, Max says that he doesn't start with any spells in his actual thing. And Anri and Tao and Aleph are these, they don't have any spells listed. Well, the reason why is because if we actually go here, which is a completely separate menu, this shows you what spells. This shows you what spells they have as well as what level they get it. So if it's labeled level 1, that means they start with it. So yeah, and also the 2 level thing goes for everybody. Yeah. Also, there's a little secret. Gong gets offensive magic. That's there's a couple of little changes and quirks I put in there to make people more relevant. Have you ever wanted bolting on Gong? Because guess what? Gong now gets bolting as an actual offensive spell. If you get him to level 23 through 29, he starts getting bolt as a spell, which is pretty cool. I forgot that that was the thing that I did. It actually makes him relevant late game, which is something he normally isn't. Anyway, isn't this the version where I did that thing Did I not do that thing? I don't think I did that thing. Huh. I thought this is the version where I made that custom weapon, but I guess not. I would say Gong should have boost, given they use a half strength. Well, if you notice, I believe Gong does have boost. Yeah. I gave him heal, boost, detox, and bolting. Also, I just realized I skipped boost too. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me fix this. Uh, I'll just say level 10 boost 2. There we go. Save. Okay, now he has boost 2. Fun fact, if you have them learn, like, for example, Detox 4 right away, they'll learn all 4 levels of it. Also, Detox is a largely useless spell, in my opinion. It's, like, completely garbage, worthless, but hey, whatever. Anyway. Yeah, here's all the different things. This is the it's just typing in message boxes. This determines the inventory of all the shops, which, as you notice, I can just edit them. Although it also includes shops that don't actually exist in the game. Like, for example, there's shops that are that it's like, oh hey, shop inventory, but there's not actually a shop in that map or in that chapter at all. Did you make it so promotion only works at level 20? Let me check. Yes. Promotion only works at level 20. Also, yeah, also I increased the double chance. I increased it up to 10%. It normally is at 4%. And let me turn off triple attacks. Also, I set the stat cap to 127 instead of 99. The second shop in Dragonia does not exist. Yeah, that's what I was mentioning. Also, by the way, poison is now relevant because it does a percent damage instead of a fixed damage, meaning it does a percentage of your HP rather than a fixed amount of damage. So poison is actually relevant. I fixed the land effects, automatic item transferring. I did not add the armor type just because there's this quote unquote smart heal AI. Then the status screen. Um, I do not have 3-digit stats on, and that's just because I like the whole question mark thing. Oh, right. I forgot to actually change this. 100. There we go. That way you'll keep 100% of your stats when you actually promote. Sure, add new effects. Why not? Shining Force 1 editor has gotten a few updates since I actually um, last edited in it, so it's been a while. Quote unquote smart AI makes me think of Pokemon Gen's quote unquote good AI. Yeah, well, the reason why they call it take your time. Yeah, the reason why they call it smart AI is because normally the AI in Shining Force will just use the highest level healing spell right away. Regardless of how damaged something is, they'll go like maximum healing immediately. You know. Whereas what smart AI does is it actually gauges how low of health that you have and will use a lower version of the healing spell if it means it will use a lower version of the healing spell if you aren't actually that hurt. I can break chance 25%. Now let me actually check on those rings now that I mentioned it. Nah. Okay, so chance to crack. Chance to crack, chance to crack, chance to crack. Oh, they do actually have chances to crack, so you were just lucky. Got it. Yeah, I have these old labeled as dropped by enemies. Okay. So basically, they won't burn a spell to heal for 40 HP when you took 12. Instead, they'll use a spell that heals for 15 HP. Got it. Yep. They won't waste their own MP, is what they. Yeah, they will not waste their own MP. Also, I want to check this now. Did I actually change the use effect of this? No, I did not. Okay, well, let me fix this then. There we go. Yep. All right. Yeah, let me actually remove all the dropped by enemies things, because I don't need any of those anymore. Oh, the other thing that'll drop normally now is like the heat axe, which makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That works. I removed the extend drop table. Okay. Save this. This is all fine. AI type. You guys set the AI type for certain spells. So for example, high health. There we go. I'll set the hero one to high health. It's too bad you cannot import the effect of detox from SF2. Yeah, well, I do not believe I can. I do not believe I can. In SF2, Detox 2 cures stun, and Detox 3 cures dispel. Yeah, right now, the only difference between Detox 1, 2, 3, and 4 is the range. Because if you don't know how the range for beneficial spells work, is that, um, actually, let's take a normal heal, for example. Uh, the first beneficial spell is, basically it hits 1 to 3 in an area in a cross pattern, then 1 to 3 with a 14 pattern, then 1 to 3 with a 14 pattern, then hit the entire party. And those are for all beneficial spells. That's basically for offensive spells. It's 1 to 2. Um, oh, interesting. I didn't actually fix that. Okay, it's supposed to be. Yeah. Okay, so let me fix this real quick. 1 to 2, area 5. 2 to 3, area 5. 1 to 4, area 14. Actually, yeah, no. It's supposed to be 1 to 3. Uh, did I not add in that other range? Or did I edit the ranges? I think I added the ranges, is what I did. Hold on. Let me double check my ranges, make sure I actually added them or not. So, I think I did, though, was the thing. Let me, how do I get to range? I forget how to get there again. Which one of these is it? No, not that one, not that one. That's the actual effects. That's all I want. Ah, here we go. Range. So, let's say, for example, bolts. So, range 30. What's range 30? Yeah, I did change it. Okay. I did, in fact, change it. I noticed that each level of a spell increases, it simply increases the range. The area effect was still the same. Um, that's not necessarily the case. $34. What's $34? Okay. Well, I should fix that because that should not actually be the case. I thought it wasn't the case, but I guess I implemented one. Okay, yeah, it was not supposed to be that way. Um, it's supposed to be 5 and then 5 and then 13 and then actually no. It's supposed to be 1 and then 5 and then 13 and then this one which there is not a effect that just targets all of the enemies, which is unfortunate. I wish there was, but there is not. So I just have to do 13 as the final one. For diesel 1, 2, and 3, it always affects 13 enemies. Yeah, I know, and I'm fixing that right now. I just fixed that right now, so now that's not the case. Now it's going to be the first level affects 1 target, then 5 targets, and then 13 targets, then 13 targets. Because that's why I kind of intended. Or at least that's why I thought I did. I did not actually end up doing that, though, it seems. What did I implement for 29? Actually, that's a good question. What did I implement for 29? Oh, wait, there's a group all enemies? Wait, hold on. Oh, right. There is actually a thing to target all enemies now that I think about it. Do you know the polymorph spell Mage does in Warcraft 2? No. Also, there is actually an effect in the game that targets all enemies, which is interesting because you could, for example, technically have bolting hit all enemies. The question is, do I want to use that? I don't. I did it for non-damaging spells. I know that. So let me check this again. So 31, 32, 34, and then I had like 29 be that one. So 30, 31. Okay. So 30, 31, 32, 29. I think is what I'm going to do now. So 30, 31, 32, 29. 30, 31, 32, 29. 31, 32, 29. 9 and 29. I'll try it for now like this, but we'll see how horrible that becomes. I'm probably also going to raise the cost of spells, though. I was thinking of raising the cost just because I made them really cheap before. Uh, it turns an enemy into a sheep. It could create a spell that could make your enemies turn into yogurt with all his stats. That would be funny as hell. It would be funny as hell, but I have no idea how to implement that. I have absolutely no freaking idea how to implement that. If you can find a Shining Force wizard that can somehow do that, let me know. But I have no idea. Also, I am doubling the cost of all spells, of all levels. Just because I had them start at 1 and then double each time, which is like, 8, and then 16. 16, 8, 4, then 2, 4, 8, 16. I like coming up with like simple ratios and simple numbers to help me edit things in a mass way faster. And I do have to do all of this by hand, so you know, it's kind of whatever. What did you do you have any other comments you want to mention about my ROM hack that I could like fix while I'm here? Or who? 61. Why the heck? What the heck? No. 2, 4, 8, 16. Is it possible to change the use effect of weapons? Yes, it is. It depends on what you want to change it to. 4, 8. If you want to change it to a pre-existing effect that already exists in the game, then yes, you can. I was thinking it would be nice for Chaos Breaker to use the effect Freeze 3 to Bolt. Yeah, I could do that. I could even do Bolt 4 if I wanted to. But that would be a bit broken considering how Bolt 4 works. Also, you want to know a fun fact about that? It doesn't actually use Freeze 3. It uses an effect that is largely the same as Freeze 3, and it says it's using Freeze 3, but it's actually a completely different effect in the code. That's an interesting thing. It actually uses an entirely different spell effect. But they just call it Freeze 3, which is just really an interesting way of doing it. And I think the reason why they did that is so that it wouldn't actually cost MP. Because I think if you legitimately cast Freeze 3, then it would actually cost MP, which would defeat the entire point. It uses the blue dragon spread. Oh, okay. I'll keep that at 8. 2, 4, 8, 16. Now, there is something I'm curious about looking at, and I'm going to. I want to just edit some of the monster stats now. I'm going to just edit some of the monster stats while you actually do things. Actually, no. Let's go to the use effect. So, if we look at the use effect for Chaos Breaker. And for those of you, by the way, who want to watch my Shining Force playthrough, spoiler alert. Anyway, it has a price, believe it or not. Even though you can never sell it, it does have a price. I'm pretty sure every item in this game has a price, even if it's checkmarked as not sellable. Which, by the way, not sellable means that the actual checkbox for that is can't drop. Also, you remember how you asked before if rings have a chance to crack? They do. All of the rings do have a chance to crack. You were just lucky and it never cracked for you. I thought that I removed that, but no. Also, I gave every ring a use effect now. even the rings that normally you wouldn't think have use effects, they now actually have use effects. Like the mobility ring, for example, didn't used to have a use effect. Now it does. And I believe the mobility ring gives the quick effect on the target, if I remember correctly. That's what I did for it. Which is quite useful defensively, obviously. And then, yeah, as we see, right. Oh, I lowered. Oh, weird. Uh, I'm just gonna raise. Oh, I did not mean to do that. I'm just gonna raise Shower Cure up to like 2,000 because evidently it was at 500, which is uh quite low. Can you look at Doomblade to see if you can affect the insta kill chance that Hanzo gets when you have the Doomblade equipped? Um, that's not just Hanzo. That's just the Doomblade in general. And yes, I can actually affect that chance. Because if we look at this, the attack effect listed is 1, which if you look at other things, the attack effect is usually listed as 0. And so if we go into effects, where is effects? Effect 1, Doomblade attack. Um, huh. It's already at maximum strength. So that's interesting. 10,000 is good. Okay. Yeah, it looks like I. It says it's a healing effect? What? No, Doomblade attack. By the way, um, it looks like I can't actually edit the chance, unfortunately. I know, but I don't see anything here I can actually edit for that, unfortunately. That reminds me, did I implement that one thing, or am I just imagining that? Go to party. Here's how you edit like the actual more individual nitty gritty stats. By the way, when I said that the goblins are fodder, they have a 25% weakness to everything, and that was something I gave them. So yeah, I was thinking if we could make it so Hanzo gets an added chance, given that he's a ninja, that would be nice. It would make him more useful. Eh. Yeah. Also, there's just a regenerate box that you can turn on and off, which, by the way, is the case for all your own people too. What that's worth. But I'll turn those off. Also, as you can see, I added the resistances and stuff of everyone. That everyone now has specific resistances, which not only includes your units but also the enemy units. You ever notice that your units seem to dodge attacks quite a bit? Or enemy units seem to dodge attacks that normally don't dodge attacks? Yeah. Missing is a lot more of a thing in this version. Which I want to point out the fact that the ninja has 50% resistance against everything is definitely something, which is something that hero also has. I'll leave it on for the swordsman. Do do. Wizard, master monk, biker, bowsman, knight, that warrior, guy, whatever that is. GR, which I forget what that is. Cyborg, Knight. Budget, I'll keep regeneration on yogurt. And whatever this is. I don't remember what this is. Classes saved. Okay. I did get into a miss party with the Rune Knight boss. We both missed each other like 5 times in a row. Yeah, that happens. That's gonna happen sometimes. Was that frustrating for you? Oh, Grand Dragon. Okay. So Grand Dragon, I think I'm actually going to turn it on for just because it's blue. Is there like a normal dragon one? Yes, there's a normal dragon one. It was surprising. For some reason, Automod caught Grand Dragon and thought it was something bad, but no, no, it's not. By the way, if you ever want to know what the specific things for the Dark Dwarf are, here we go. He has an evasion chance and resistance against Bolt, Freeze, and Blaze. Slight resistance. So yeah. Let's see if the Automod catches this. Guns. Nope, it did not. Also, a little tip, by the way. Giant bats are very resistant against most things, have a very good dodge rate, but they're weak against bolting. So if you can get thunder magic, that's especially effective against bats. If you want a tip against bats. Also, by the way, I boosted up their sleep chance from what they were before up to a 75% chance now, which, as you can imagine, that's kind of silly. So they're even more obnoxious now. Anyway, also something else that you didn't actually see earlier for spells is there's actually you can set the AI type for spells. So like what will the AI use a spell for? For example. Never give an AI detox because they're never gonna know how to use it. But like for example, they have the low health AI type for this. For quicken, slow, boost, dispel, and shield, they have the not already has that status effect applied to it. Same with muddle. Um, but then for most things like offensive spells like Blaze, Freeze, Bolt, and Diesel, it has class, distance, and health. And same with Sleep. However, for the hero spell, I said so that it works on high health. That way, Kane just starts using it right away. Um, yeah. You should give them a lifesteal, make them vampire bats. No, I like the obnoxious sleep mechanic. Autobot be like, dragon can't have that word. Dungeons and Dragons is satanic. I'm surprised it didn't pick up satanic as a word. Whatever. Anyway, so I'm going to go back, and unless you have anything else you want me to specifically edit, I'm just going to start editing the actual battles and finish that up. But can I make this bigger? Yes, yes, I can. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Now we get to see the entire battle map. And as you can see, we already have maxed out for all the enemies here. And I believe, not this one, but the next one is like the final one I actually added. By the way, all this stuff that you see off the edge of the screen, this is all tile changes that they just store off the edge. Alright, so over here we can see, oh hey, Chrome Lance and Holy Ring. Do. Power Ring, Mobility Ring, Power Spear, etc. By the way that I actually picked the rings is I literally just rolled on a random table of items, and whatever they got is whatever they got. I literally randomized it. I would suggest in battle one, if you can have 4 to 6 goblins appear as reinforcements, they can crash into the back. Okay. Let's go to battle zero because it's actually called battle zero in this thing. Um, yeah. Hide until two. Hide until two. Two to two. Thank you. Two. Oh, no, that's one of the ones with special behavior, so I'm not gonna mess with that one. Uh, two. And then two. Which reminds me. Um, where is not this battle? This one. What's your spawn behavior? 15. Okay. So I'm gonna do something fun. Let's just give them spawn 15. So not only will it be people coming from the back as reinforcements, they will respawn when they die. You'll have an endless wave of goblins coming in as reinforcements. Dark Dragon. Yeah, they're already set to charge. Oh, wait, this one is... Oh, wait, no, never mind. Yeah, they're already set to charge. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are all set, and the charge value is set. It means that you are between the hammer and the anvil. And yeah, and the way you have to defeat this fight is kill this guy. And that also makes sense why there is no goblins in this battle. Because goblins, I believe goblins literally only appear in battle one, and that is it. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Um, no, yeah, I'll continue doing this. Okay, so battle one and two in vanilla SF1. It means that you're between him. Yeah. Um, so do you have any critiques of this battle, by the way? Also, by the way, all of these dark dwarves are equipped with middle axes. I'm not sure if you noticed. Also, I removed the whole enemies dropping things now, so they no longer drop things. Not really. It got really congested at the top of the mountain. Yeah, it was fun though. But when I'm hearing, it sounded fun. Most of the dark dwarves got caught up on the top of the mountain, so they did not swarm me. Oh, okay. I get what you mean. I wish there's a way I could fix that, but without just making them fly, I don't know how to fix that. I could replace them with bats. I could have it literally just be bats. You know what? Yeah. Budget. I'm just going to replace all of these dark dwarves with bats. I just feel like it. Move them close to the bridge. Uh, oh. I was going to replace all of them with bats. And just make them be literally flying enemies. Yeah. Because some of them have pre-put in movement patterns. It's part of the reason why I didn't want to mess with that. Um, where is the actual bat thing? What do they call it in this game? Do they just call it giant bat? I think they just call it giant bat. Yeah, here it is. I just need to remember to also remove their middle axe. No. Because otherwise, if I didn't do that, then there would be giant bats equipped with middle axes, which doesn't make sense because it doesn't show up on their animation. What? No, I did not click Dark Elf. I clicked Giant Bat. And this will probably be by far the most bats I put in a single map. It's just this battle. And yeah, this will probably be the reality check for anyone who's played normal Shining Force 1, and then it's like, oh, hey, this is not that bad. And then they get here and they just see a swarm of bats. It's like, oh, we're doing this now. You should leave the three dark dwarves in the middle right to keep the team trapped in that low corner. Yeah, um, that's actually a good idea. How do I remove number of behaviors one? There we go. One, one. There. Do do, and then do. By the way, I have no clue what these numbers mean. I just know if you put 1 through 7 on, they just charge in. It makes sense given that the Rufus army has converged to destroy Guardiana. Yep. I'm not touching the knights. The knights are staying the same. Uh, Lance works like that. These guys have power spears, by the way. Because I always found it weird that they stand on this side of the river and yet they don't have a way to attack over the river. So I just gave them a way to attack over the river. I always found that really weird that they didn't have a way to do it. Giant bats. I guess I could have some scenic music on if I want to, but I don't really need it. Um, I know that makes it a lot harder to simply snipe at them. Yeah, that was on purpose. That was definitely on purpose because I always felt as a kid it was extremely weird that they just couldn't attack back. Well, now they can. Okay, so there's battle 2 done. Battle 3. This one I feel I can just largely keep it as is because it just kind of works. Unless you have any criticisms of it, I'm going to this battle. What do I have on you? I forgot to update your thing. You're supposed to have Blaze 4. And your shield ring is not equipped. Equip your ring, please. Thank you. Ah, and I forgot to actually fix the items that you guys have. Did I do all the items properly here? That's the question. Yes, I did. Okay. So I did not actually do the items in Battle 3. Got it. Okay. So let me get some scenic music going. And on top of that, I'm also going to pull up Roll20 so I can actually do some dice rolls. Uh This will accomplish two. This will knock two birds with one stone because I can pull up some of my scenic music from Roll20, as well as have it to do dice rolls with. Let me close Steam. I don't need Steam open right now. Campfire music. Can you hear that on stream? Let me know if it's too loud, by the way. Yep. Alright, so let me do some rolls. Alright. By the way, this particular piece of music right here was actually made by one of the people on my Discord server for the D&D campaign that I am doing called The Oncoming Storm. You probably heard this in the actual episode if you watched the episode. But also, yeah. Okay, so I need to look through. Okay, so if we save this and then go back to items, music is now too quiet to appreciate. Can you say it? Okay, yeah, I'll say it back to the original volume. Be back to the original volume now. As long as you can hear me over it, that's all I care about. And it'll automatically loop. It's a relatively short track. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, no, because I'm not doing those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Any others? I mean, I'm not giving them the yogurt ring. Okay. So 10. It's a D10. Got it. Cool. And now I need to write down. Can I set up like a macro in this, actually? How do you set up a macro? Item rolling r/. It changes. Then 1 would be medical herb. 2 would be healing seed. 3 would be shower of cure. 4 would be power ring. Which, by the way, when the enemies are equipped with like a cursed ring, they are technically cursed. Though I don't know if that actually affects enemies or not. But that is something to note. I have no idea if they actually implemented that affecting enemies or not. For all I know. 7 mobility. Ring. 8. Holy ring. 9. First ring. 10. Demon ring. Okay. So now, in theory, if I do this, so I rolled a 1, and that's a medical orb. There will also be a chance to have nothing? No. I want every single enemy to have something. So no, I am not going to have a chance to have nothing. I want every enemy to have something. Yeah, anyway. So, he has a... so he will have a medical herb. Not equipped. I mean, equipping it doesn't do anything, but it's kind of annoying that, oh hey, he has a medical herb equipped. No. Kane. Don't have Diesel for. You have, Hero for. There you go. So, fun fact, Kane has hide until 15, which in theory means that he can show up on turn 15. I didn't know that. I have never seen it happen. But technically he has hide until 15. I don't know if that's actually a thing or not, but no. This is his normal spawn behavior. He's not sticking around for this battle. This is his normal spawn behavior. I have never seen Kane in this battle either. But technically in the game's code, he has hide until 15. Meaning, in theory, if you take 15 turns to defeat this battle, he might show up. I don't know. It probably isn't the case. But it's just kind of weird and interesting. I can simply stick around battle, see if he appears. Yeah, go ahead and do so, because I'm just kind of curious. Also, it shows, oh hey, there's guns down there. No, this is just Shining Force member spots. Because if we go to, because there's enemies, there's terrain, there's forks, there's AI regions, and there's exits. So if you look at force, I can determine how many members of your force you can bring. But that largely doesn't matter because they already kind of do it for us. That would be a real gut punch. Yeah, that would be. It'd be like, oh hey, you took too long, so he's just here, and he has all the stats he has when he's later, including the Sword of Darkness. So yeah. Also, fun fact about the original Kane in the original game, by the way. In the original game, he has both a Sword of Darkness and a Broadsword equipped. And he's the only enemy in the game that actually violates the rule of only having one weapon equipped. He actually has 2. Which is part of why he has such an absurdly high attack stat in the original game. It's because he technically has 2 different attack stats from 2 different weapons, boosting him at the same time. But instead, I swapped out his broadsword for a demon ring. So he just has a demon ring. Yeah, it really wrecked your party at that point. But yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. You know what? No, I have an idea. Well, where would I have them come from? That's the thing. Only have 1 behavior. And that's... No, not just 1 behavior. Have 3. No. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, go ahead and do so. I'm curious because that is technically the case. Is that that's a thing? That's a thing that happens, which is really interesting. Technically, he is programmed to be in the fight, but I've never seen him in this fight. I don't know what sort of special backdoor coding they did, but I mean, yeah. Either way, so we are doing things. So you have a Chrome Lance, which I am perfectly fine with, and you have a medical herb now. You have a demon ring, so you're already good. You need a power spear, which is down here. And I'm gonna roll. And you get a speed ring. Okay. How about you? You need a power spear. And what are you getting? A curse ring. Okay. Give me 10 minutes to see if he shows up. Alright. This job for fast forwarding. I'm just going to be adding stats, so don't mind me. What do you get? 8. So you get a holy ring. You need a power spear. You will get 7, which is a mobility ring. You are a dark elf, so you need an elven arrow. Where's elven arrow? Yeah, there we go. Actually, no. You're a sniper. You just get steel arrow. Yeah, you don't get elven arrow. You get steel arrow because you're not technically a dark elf yet. A dark elf is a different enemy. And what's your bonus item? 5. So you get a shield ring. You have Blaze 4 and a shield ring, and I'm also going to give you a power staff. You need a steel arrow and you will get a power ring. Okay, I'm actually going to go check something. I just realized. Oh right, I was going to go check the ranges on those things. Place you 100 turns and never shut up. Okay, never mind. So yeah, that's just not a thing, I guess. It's weird. It says he's hide 15, and if we look at the default SF1, for you to see, here's the default one. Here's the default version of that battle. See, even in the default version, it says hide 15. Also, no, I did not change it. Do you want me to change it to KANE? Yeah, if you see, even in the default game, the completely unedited game, he still has hide 15. Which is very strange. But sure, I can go ahead and change his name, that's fine. Kane, where are you? Kane. I'll worry about these stats later. Change his name now. It would make things more sense rather than having Kane, Kane, and Kane. Well, okay, so I just changed his actual name back now, but in the actual text fields, I'm not sure if it will actually stick. I don't think it will. What am I here to check? Oh, right. I was here to check the actual ranges of specific things. I remember I was going to check the range of Buster Shot. Make sure I actually changed that. Did I? What's range 35? Yes. I did in fact change it. So here's the range of Buster Shot, by the way, in case you're wondering. It's a 7-tile maximum, and it affects 13 people. That's Buster Shot, and enemies can potentially be equipped with this. There are certain enemies in the game that are, in fact, equipped with this. So, yeah, that's a pretty... Hans is now no longer a joke. And if we look at Assault Shell, which is 34. This is... Oh, it's not supposed to be 13. It's supposed to be 5 squares. This is the range of Assault Shell, where it's 5 squares, and it's slightly lower range. So, yeah, once you start getting Assault Shell and Buster Shot, they're actually pretty strong. Well, Hans is still a joke, just not as much of one. Yeah, fair. I don't know what this is for... I'm not going to add any of those. I just wanted to check to make sure I actually had the Buster Shot thing going. And yeah, I do. Buster Shot is now no longer a joke. Because it makes a massive explosion. Why wouldn't it affect 15 people? I mean, come on. Why wouldn't it affect so many people? It makes a massive explosion. I don't. Also, did I implement that in this one? I'm curious. Did I do it? Did I do it? Ah, this is not the one I did. Okay, there's a more completed version of this ROM that I had at one point, but also it entirely crashed and glitched out to the point that I couldn't fix it anymore. So I had to scrap that, and this is an earlier version that had a lot less progress done on. Because in the original version, I did all the way to the Dark Dragon fight. That's how I actually know what I'm going to do for all of the things, just because I already had a version that had it all done, but it got glitched out to the point that I couldn't repair it anymore, and I just couldn't even get it to run in Shining Force. So, yeah, I kind of had to scrap that, and this is an earlier version that you're currently playing. It would be funny if Joker was equipped with a special Buster Shot that has 1 range and affects 13 enemies. I.e., Joker becomes a Goblin Sapper. And if I did that, it would also hit him as well. It would hit all enemies, including himself and allies. I could do that. You know what? I could do that. Hold on. What's the range on your attack? You're a Joker class, right? I need to go to the class. Would be here? Yeah. Joker, where are you? Yogurt. Here we go. His special attack, he has an instant death chance of 75%. I basically just gave him the chance to just instantly kill people, but I can change that. He only does 1 attack damage, but he also just has a chance to just kill people immediately, just by attacking them. And has a 75% chance of doing that. And that's something I add in, but I could change this, so... Okay. Let me make a custom range for him. So, let's take this. Range of that. One square. 13 square area. Affects both groups. And then yeah. There we go. That's what Goblin Sablo does in Warcraft universe. So yeah, now he has a one range attack that hits everyone, including himself. It still only does one damage, though. Keep in mind, it still only does one damage, even with this range. Softens the enemies. Yeah, but he also softens himself in the process. Because I had it hit both targets, and he'll blow up allies if you're not careful. Anyway, where is that thing? Oh, right, yogurt. What was this range? Its range is 59. Okay. 59. That's just fine. Yeah. And I'm keeping, he also, by the way, here's all the different attack effects. There's 150% damage crit, 200% damage crit, Steel MP, Steel HP, Steel HP 2, Poison Chance, Sleep Chance 2, and Death Chance. And I have him on 75% Death Chance with high double attacks. For reference, by the way, if we go to the ninja, I also have him on the really high death chance, and that's on top of the Doomblade death chance, by the way. So yes, I actually gave the ninja 2 different chances to instantly kill a target. The Doomblade one and then this one. The highest it can go to is 75%, by the way. Yeah. I have poison now, but I'm not going to do that. Yeah, Yogurt's a joke character. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, wants to save. There we go. Where is it? Oh, right. This one. Here we go. We're back to this now. Steel Arrow. Power Staff. Steel Arrow. Okay. How about you? What are you getting, Mr. Bat? 3, which is a Shower of Cure. Not equipped. Shower of Cure. I have no idea if the AI knows how to use Shower of Cure, by the way. But I'm just giving it to them anyway. I would make it so Juggernaut can equip the Demon Ring so he can actually do some damage if the player doesn't mind losing their own army. I mean, yeah, he can still equip any rings you want to give him. There's nothing stopping you from equipping rings onto him. So if you wanted to equip the Demon Ring onto him, you could. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. This bat just got the Holy Ring. This bat is also getting the Holy Ring. Let me switch up the music. I'll switch up the music to something else. Let's switch it up to Port Town. There we go. Port Town was made by the same dude who made the other one, except I also added in the ocean voyage sailing ambience. So I have 2 tracks playing right now. That's slightly loud. Get myself playing the Warcraft 2 file. I laugh in the face of danger. Yeah. Speaking of, you sound like you would pilot. How does piloting half ogres sound? Because you sound like you would have fun with some half ogres. Big, brutish guys with giant weapons that are 15 foot tall and like to run in and smack things. But aren't dumb. They're not overly dumb. They're just, simple. They're not dumb, they're just simple. Anyway, I'll need to roll for the bat. I think so, since I am such a Aww. You're not a coward. I bet you're not actually a coward. Cursed ring. Rolling 3. Shower of Fear. Okay, turn off equipped. Shower of Fear. Let's roll. 1. So you got medical herb. No, I said medical herb, not healing seed. Okay, is that everyone done? You finished? Okay. Now we have to do these guys. First off, they're equipped with middle axes, not hand axes. And roll. I don't know, how interested are you in D&D 5e? You just got a speed ring. Let's do a middle axe and roll. First ring. Middle axe, rolling. Shield ring. There we go. I tried to go, for my ROM hack, I tried to go more minimalistic in terms of I didn't actually change all that much about the battles. I just make small tweaks to make it a lot harder. Ooh, he rolled a perfect 10 and got the demon ring. So he's going to be tough, because he's going to do a stupid amount of damage. Alright, next battle. Also, by the way, this Silver Knight is new. I want to mention that. That is actually a brand new Silver Knight. Okay, here, there's a lot of changes I have to make here. So, first off, go away, go away, go away, go away. We add in a bunch of enemies. Can you add those items into those chests? Not 10. I think since you could, add what items into those chests? Those chests are synced with their overworld versions of their chests. So if you loot the items from the overworld versions of the chests, it loots the in-battle versions. Okay, so Dark Mage is 21, so 21. Dark Mage. 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 And Dark Mage. Okay. In Dragonia, the chests have special items during the battle. They are not linked to the overworld items. That is not the case in Shining Force 1, though. In Shining Force 1, it is not that way. It is the other way. Also, tell me this does not look terrifying. Oh, in Shining Force, interesting. Well, let me see. I will see it, I will see it. Hold on, hold on, hold on. But yeah, this is my favorite battle in the vanilla game. I'll get to editing this one in a moment. Also, by the way, you might notice there's a goblin down here. That's because that's where Pele spawns. That's not actually something I put in there. That's just something that the game does. They have a goblin represent Pele. Here's the Elliot battle. I believe this is a fight? Yeah, here's the Kane fight. Okay, so now I need to go to terrain. No, not terrain. Yeah, what would that be under? Oh, that wouldn't actually be here. That would be in something different. Okay. So actually I need to save this because this is actually the wrong editor. I need to be in here. Yeah, okay. Display grid, display sprites, etc. Yeah. I believe this is it? Yeah, this is either the overworld version or the battle version. One of two. Now, how do I edit chest contents? Ah, here we go. Here's how. So... yeah, here's how I edit chest contents. And it's where I need to designate, like, I can designate the X and Y coordinates of something and what map it's on in a given chapter, and then pick an item to put in there. Like, for example, there's like Middle Sword and Magical Herb, and I could change it to, you know... What is item 63? Item 63 means it's none. So I could change this to, for example, freaking Shower Cure and Shower Cure. If I want to. And boom, chapter 1 just has 2 Showers of Cure in it now. And yeah, I can change any of these if I want to. And this includes the hidden chests, by the way, as you can see by these. The hidden chests in Chapter 3 are also here. Yeah, but this is the actual thing that controls chests, and it's just the XY coordinates, specifically. Just like... Really? That's a thing that exists? I was not aware that this is actually an obtainable item. Huh. In evidently the final battle. I was not wherever 6, 8, 25 is, and this is not something I put in. Sorry, 6 and 8 coordinates of map 4 of chapter 8, and I did not put that in, so I don't know where that is. This is not going to tell me, though, is it? That's not going to tell me. No, it's not. And here's all the different sprite sets for the different things in the maps. Akutron is the Colossus battle. That map 4 of chapter 8? That's the Colossus battle? I thought that'd be the Dark Dragon battle. Huh. Okay. Well, whatever. I can't. I haven't really messed with the chest stuff, so I don't know how viable it is to actually edit any of that. I'm going to readily admit I can edit the music. Want to. Right. Finish there. Now it's back to here. Okay. I was wrong then. I've never actually obtained Kaku-chan in any of my games. Legitimately. So I was not aware you could actually obtain. I obtained the other two secret items. The two outfits, but I was not aware that Kaku-chan was obtainable. Anywho. I need to set up another macro. Another randomizer macro. There are two outfits in Chapter 3, one secret in Chapter Secrets, and wow, there's lots of secrets. So how many different magics are there that I'd want them to have? So there is Blaze, Freeze, Bolt, and Diesel. Are those the only ones? I guess so, yeah. So it'd be 4. It would be a D4. 1D4. Given that the Mariner all should be at level 4. Yeah. Whenever I give spells, I always give a level 4 version of the spell. Because to me, it's like the enemy should just have all level 4 versions of the spell, personally. Okay, so this one rolled Bolt, and let me roll for the item. So, Bolt and Speed Ring. Power Staff, Speed Ring, Bolt 4. Next one. Power Staff, Shield Ring, Diesel. Why do you get dragged all the way over here? Get back there. Power Staff, Demon Ring, and Bolt. Okay. I think any mage who's casting Diesel should have the Demon Rod equipped. Why is that? I'm curious. I'm curious why you think that's the case. I guess. Okay. But that means that he's gonna hit super freaking hard in melee. Because the Demon Ring does a lot of attack damage. Sorry, the Demon Rod does a lot of attack damage. Okay. If you think so, then sure. I'll give him the freaking... Where is the thing? Not Devil Lance. Where are you? Demon Rod. There we go. Demon Rod, Shield Ring. Let's go. Anyway, so you rolled Shower of Cure and Diesel. So you're also getting the Demon Rod. You're getting Shower Cure and Diesel 4. By the way, what do you think of the fact that I'm randomizing this? Does that bug you, or do you think that's clever? I'm curious. Okay, 4 and 2. So you got Power Ring and Freeze. Okay. I like randomization. Yep. Too bad there isn't like a thing I can just do to have it constantly randomize it, because I'd love it if I could just have like randomize the randomize the equipment of this enemy every time or something. That'd be cool. Beware of my Arctic Blast. Alright. This one got Healing Seed and Diesel. They're getting a lot of Diesel, so he is also getting a Demon Rod. Healing Seed. Diesel. I like Diesel as a move. I just like it. It has a low chance of working, but my god, is it useful. Sometimes it's just neat. 1 and 3. So Blaze and Shower Cure. Okay, so you get a Power Staff, you get Shower of Cure, and you get Blaze. You got 1 and 4. So you got Diesel and freaking Medical Herb. Also, enemies are no longer dropping their stuff, so it's not like you're going to get these demon ones. There's a reason why I make the shield spell be part of the hero thing. Can you add one healer who casts shield on the group? That way Tau can't counterattack the team and have the slog in the melee. That's actually a pretty ingenious idea. Okay, hold on. I have an idea then. And I'm gonna do more than just that. Let's do Dark Priest. Not that. Dark Priest. And Dark Priest. You are going to be equipped with a Power Staff, an item that I roll, which is an 8, so you get equipped with a Holy Ring. And I'm going to give you Heal 4. I'm going to give you, you go back to a Power Staff. I'm going to give you Quick 4. And you're fine as you are. And I will give you Slow 4. No, well, maybe not slow. Yeah, no, slow 4. There we go. So yeah, heal, quick, and slow. There we go. And then we have one final one. That's a 2 and an 8, so that's Freeze and Holy Wing. Holy Wing and Freeze. Okay. Also, I'm gonna have all of these people be hidden until turn 3. All of these people are going to be hidden until turn 3. I mean, yeah, but I don't know. 5. We'll just do turn 5 and call it. We'll split the difference to turn 5. Which reminds me, there was another thing I wanted to do in this map that is very interesting. And you should see it in a moment. No, I did not move you. Get back there. So, you have one behavior. Generally around turn 10, the party's getting close to town, so you can catch the party napping. Yep. That's generally the idea. So, I have a... Can you guess what I'm doing with these bats? Well, actually, no. Not those. I'll do those here. And these will actually be zombies. Like, legit zombies. Where are the zombies? Good. Zombie. Is there not one earlier? There is. Okay, so that was a different kind of zombie then. Let me move it back to this kind. I guess they're going to be hidden. They swoop in and attack at key points. No, that's... I mean, they might be hidden, but that's not what I'm doing. That's, they're not going to swoop in and attack at key points. Also, by the way, these zombies will respawn. I want to point out. These zombies are going to be respawning. So, yeah, unless you can get through the mages quickly. So when you first load this map, it will just look like there's 2 zombies here. But then turn 5, surprise, there's all these mages here. And also, surprise, if you kill the zombies, they'll just come back. However, There's something else I'm doing, and you're probably going to say this is incredibly mean, but I'm going to do it. Because I find this funny. So I have one there, one there. They're not going to be bats. Where are those specific enemies? Oh, they're going to be golems. Golems. If you try to sneak past here, you're just going to be face to face with a golem. I mean, yeah, but at the same time. True. It is. But, okay. Yep, he's going to be standing right here. And he's going to be respawning. And, he's going to not hide at all. But he's just going to be standing right here. He's not going to charge in. At least, he shouldn't. I set his AI to be off for charging, so... yeah. In theory, he should not. Basically, the mage is constantly casting animate spell to... yep. Yeah, actually, no, that's actually a good idea. So instead of him being right there, I'm going to have them be up here. And yeah, there's going to be two of them. And yeah, they won't actually like move that much, but they will just be up here and they'll come from the mountains. Dude. And they are pretty advanced enemies, yes, but you also gotta consider the fact that they also just don't have that much attack power. All things considered, because they can't equip weapons, and weapons are a big source of attack power in this mod. So, since they don't actually have weapons that they can equip, not right now anyway, I might make one. But I know before I made like the Golem Fist, but these specific golems wouldn't get that anyway. But yeah, and they're respawning, just like the zombies are. So they're constantly animating zombies and constantly animating golems. And the goal is just to get here. You know, it's not even about defeat all the enemies. I mean, you could defeat all the enemies, but it's more just about getting in the village. Getting to Henry. Actually, put them in tiny patch mountains on the left side of the mountain to keep people from sneaking up the left. Well, what I was thinking originally was I was going to have one, like, right here, hidden. So that people couldn't sneak to the right. And I was also going to have one right over here. So people couldn't sneak to the left. Like, over here. And I was just going to have them be hidden until, like, quite a few turns in. Let's say this one's hidden until, like, turn 3. And this one's hidden... no, like, turn 2 and turn 4. Yeah. So, if you don't want to go on the main road with the Dark Dwarves, you're going to have to face a golem. And, yeah. Some pretty advanced enemies to fight at this point, but there's no bats in the battle now. The bats are gone. Yeah, they're regenerating golems. Because it's like, sure, you can try to get people through here, but even when you kill them, they come back. So it's like, oh, you can't rely on that unless you can just weather the attacks of the golems. And also, reanimating zombies. Because, I mean, come on, it's zombies. They're gonna reanimate. Something you'll notice in my hack, by the way, is every single zombie reanimates. That's just going to be a running thing. But anyway, let me do the rest of the items now. Okay, so I need an item for the zombie. He has a medical herb. Not equipped. Five, that would be... Oh, that would be equipped, and it would be the shield ring. Alright, I need to roll both. You rolled a 3 and a 2, so that is a Shower of Cure and Freeze. Let's give you a Power Staff. Shower of Cure, and then Freeze. Alright. Let me roll the item. How possible do you think this particular fight is going to be? I'm just curious. Do you think this is impossible? You rolled a 3, so you are a Shower Cure. Get you Steel Arrow, Shower Cure, and you. No, not that. Steel Arrow. What did you roll? You also rolled a 3. So you also get a Shower Cure. I had to go AFK. I think anything is possible. Yeah, anything is possible in this game, especially if you just grind enough. You know. Let's give you an item, Mr. Golem. Did I give you one? Yes, I did. You rolled a 5, so you have a shield ring. So this is not only a golem, it is a golem with a shield ring. Which is quite strong. Alright, you rolled a 3, so you also rolled a Shower of Cure. Let's see, Middle Axe. Shower of Cure. Also, yeah, we'll bring you back down to 1. I'll make you simple. However, the question is if the player wants to slog through or run like a pansy. Fair. Fair. Very fair. I also had an idea for a different ROM hack than this one, or like an advanced version of this one called Nightmare Mode. And you want to know what the gimmick of Nightmare Mode is. I'm not going to implement it in here, but I'd make a separate ROM hack of this version just with Nightmare Mode turned on. I'm curious if you can guess what Nightmare Mode means. I'll give you a hint. It's based off of a similarly named difficulty within a very popular game franchise. Power Ring. I get the feeling that's basically using exponentials for the base stats of enemies. No! It doesn't... Nightmare Mode would actually not increase the stats of enemies at all. Because it's not... Okay, so basically the idea is that in the original Doom game, One of the mechanics of they had a bunch of different difficulties, and one of the mechanics unique to Nightmare Mode. Yes, one of the mechanics unique to Nightmare Mode in the Doom difficulty is that every single enemy regenerated. So, Nightmare Mode in Shining Force would be every single enemy regenerates the same way that the skeletons do in the final fight. I have absolutely no idea how possible that is to even beat, because some of the battles just frankly seem impossible if you do that. Just because how are you supposed to kill everyone in the amount of time allotted? But I will probably make Shining Force Nightmare Mode at some point. I'll make a version that's just the vanilla game, but with regenerating enemies turned on. And then a version that's this ROM hack with regenerating enemies on. Just to see. By the way, also, I don't know if you noticed, but I made the king in the beginning of the game give you more gold. He gives you 10,000 gold instead of 1,000 gold. Can you imagine the Shade Abbey with Nightmare Mode activated? That's what I meant by some are just going to be straight up impossible, from what I know. Ah, this map. I remember having a lot of fun with this map because, oh hey, we can add in 5 enemies. Okay. Oh hey, let's add in a bunch more zombies. So that's what I did for this original one. Charge. 255. 255. I did see that you gave 1,000 gold. 10,000 gold. Yes, I did. And that was on purpose because I figured, hey, since you have all of these items available and the game is considerably harder, that way you can actually, buy some things. Like, for example, that should be enough to allow you to buy 5 basic rings. That was the idea I had. It was like, okay, well, here's a starting amount that you can buy 5 basic rings with. And that should be enough to get your force going that even without leveling up, you can beat the first battle. Reasonably speaking. That was the metric I went off. Yep. And also, it's totally within the king's actual character to give you that amount. In my opinion. The actual events of the story, by the way, are not going to be changed at all in terms of... I didn't mean to delete that enemy. The actual events of the story at all are going to be completely unchanged in my ROM hack for the most part. If I could figure out a way to change some things, I might make it so that some people are recruitable, but I don't know a way to do that. And frankly, there's already someone else doing that, so I'm not going to step on their toes. The only issue I ran into is the fact that I always sneak out of Guardiana and leave my party behind. Wait, you could never get your party in the in my ROM hack? Really, you couldn't get Luke and the others? Oh, okay, then what are you talking about? Ah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, by the way, do you know what my personal rule set is? Or, because I told you the other day when I was doing Shining Force, but, I'm curious if you remember what it is. Let's do zombie. 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 Also, I decided against the whole regenerating zombie thing. I'm only going to do that on specific circumstances. Zombie. And zombie. Nope, sorry, okay. So basically, the idea of my runs whenever and this is what the current rule sets I'm using for my Shining Force run, is as follows. Number 1, if anyone levels up during a battle, you have to egress out. Number 2, if anyone dies during a battle, you have to egress out. Number 3, you have to try and recruit every single character in the game. And number 4, if you get a new character that cannot fit into your party, then you will need to swap out whoever the highest level member of your party is for that new character, ignoring max. And that's generally the idea of the run that I'm doing, which is why I like to call, I guess you could call it a max character run, but it's more specifically not mid-maxing the team. You are just running you're running a team of people who are the lowest level that you currently own. What do you think about that? Because that's what I do runs of the game with, usually. And yeah, one of the criteria is you have to recruit everybody. You can't just skip someone because they're bad. And that's what I used to always do as a kid to make the game more interesting for me, is because then I would get stuck with characters. I'm like, oh hey, we got Elif and the other person. Well, I guess I'm stuck with them in my team now. Until I can force them to get strong enough. And oh hey, they died. Well, I have to restart the battle and keep doing it over and over until I can get through without people dying. And without leveling up. But I designed this ROM hack specifically to where, like, if you're just trying to get through the game, you can beat most battles, but almost your entire force is going to get whacked in the process. And you probably end up with a very eclectic party because you end up with odd characters at the end. Yeah, definitely. You do. You end up with some very odd characters at the end. But honestly, it's kind of fun. In a weird way, it's kind of fun to be forced to use the units that aren't necessarily good. And that, also, you ignore Jogurt. I mean, you can recruit Jogurt and use him if you want to, but for the whole leveling thing, you ignore him. Just because he can't actually level up. I would imagine that you end with Adam. Yeah, I usually do. I usually end with Adam. I usually end it with Adam and Blue and a few other people. Anyway, what was I doing? Oh, right. I had to roll on the table. That's what I did. Did I already roll? Yes, I did. I rolled a 2. I rolled a medical arc. That's what I was doing. However, in this ROM hack, Jogurt will actually be a bit useful. Yes. Not super useful, but a bit useful. Okay, mobility ring. Mobility ring. Medical herb. Cursed ring. How long have we been streaming? We've been streaming 2 hours. Alright, 19 minutes. Medical herb again. Wow, keeps rolling medical herb. Hey, get back to the enemy. This one is supposed to be the one that has a medical herb. Which one am I rolling here? Loaded dice. I'm rolling on Roll20. So, which, by the way, Roll20 is the program that I use for hosting my D&D sessions. If you wanted to be a part of it, I'd have to give you a link to that, so you can actually see the campaign, see all the different notes, all that jazz. Do you want me to give you a link to that? Holy Ring. Or are you not interested? I call shenanigans. Shenanigans have been called. No, not a spell. I'm not giving the zombie a spell. Oh god, now I'm just imagining a ROM hack where every single enemy can cast spells. Oh god. Okay. Sorry, move you. No, I said move this back there. Move you up here. Well, I guess it's fine. Sorry, I guess it's fine if you're here. I have spent the last day working on trying to provide you my feedback. Thank you. Let me watch the playthrough that is on Blue's channel first. Okay, yeah. Apologies if I've worked too hard. I also spent all of yesterday working on this. In addition to hanging out with friends, but mainly just working on this. Apologies if I have worked too hard. I did not intend to. Okay, these guys I will not randomize. I will just have them be the 3 different types of magic. Yeah, I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad you're having fun with my ROM hack. Is it everything that you expected it to be? Is it better or worse than you expected? I'm curious. You got, You know what? Since I'm having those 3 be that, I'm gonna have you be a diesel person. Which means you're getting the demon rod. And, Curse Ring. Makes sense. Make sure the Black Mage has Bolt. Hey, I had fun. It is what I hoped for. Yay! I'm glad. Yeah, these 3 will have Fire, Freeze, and Bolt. And this one has Diesel. Anyway, roll item there while I do Steel Arrow. And you got a 6, which is a Speed Ring. Not Shield Ring, Speed Ring. I will say mobility rings are largely useless on enemies unless the enemy has the charge capability. But for enemies that don't, they're largely useless. Alright. Steel Arrow and... You know what? I'm gonna re-roll that. We got another Speed Ring. I didn't want it to be another... There we go. A Demon Ring. That's better. That's more interesting. And all the... I might change some of the loot in chests. Speed Rings on archers are brutal, given they gain initiative because of it. Yes. But a Demon Ring on an archer is also brutal. Speaking of, bat time. What are you getting, bats? A Demon Ring. Okay, a bat with a ton of attack power. Got it. You got a power ring. You're getting a healing seed. Did you know that in Shining Force 2, there is a heal ring that gives HP regen? I was not aware of this. That's interesting. Yeah, I was not aware of this. That's interesting. Also, wow, all of these are getting power rings of some capacity other than the one medical herb guy. And the healing seed guy that I just rolled. Okay. So that is this battle done. Battle 5 is now done. All right, before I get into this battle, wait, are you the same thing? Yeah, she has the same thing of hide until 15, just like Kane does. Okay. It is available in the Japanese version, but you cannot access it in the US due to not being able to search during battle. Ah, okay. I get you. Uh, I will say something to keep in mind, by the way, is every enemy will have regenerate, but your allies will not, besides Max. Max is the only ally that actually has the regeneration ability. Also, my TV turned off, so things might glitch slightly. Okay, let me fix my everything. I did notice that Max has regen. I bought him a holy ring so he can heal himself. Yep. Uh, well, in the original version I gave you, everyone had regen, enemies and allies. But in this case, I changed it so that enemies no longer have regen. Sorry, allies no longer have regen. That's why I changed it to. Anyway, before I get to this battle, I am actually going to go make some lunch, if that's okay. I need a break. I need to stand up, stretch, and I am hungry. So I'm going to go make some lunch. I'll be back. I'll go ahead and change the music again. Let's put on some smooth jazz. Yep. It's getting close to my bedtime, so I was going to have to sign off anyways. Ah, okay. Take care. This is fun. I enjoyed this. You can go ahead and sign off. Sleep well, sweet dreams, all that jazz. I am going to go eat some lunch. Thank you. You too. Do 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 do. I am back. I have returned with my lunch. Which, given the casual nature of what's going on, I don't mind just eating this as is right now. Alright. Now I can drag that back down. We are back. Okay. So, how long have you been streaming? Excuse me, 2 hours and 45 minutes. By the way, that took longer than usual, but that's because my dad's out of the hospital now. So, yay, I'm happy about that. I had to help welcome him home, talk to him, all that jazz. See it? That's great news. He's okay. For the most part, he's okay. Now, the question is, what are your stats? I believe you are like mannequin or something. Marionette. There you go. Okay, but what are your stats in the normal game? That's the question. Monster. Marionette. 15. Yeah, no, that is correct. Okay. Yep, that is in fact correct. However, that's correct if I want to do times 3, but I want to do times 5. So, 9, 12, 15. It's 175. Oh, I was not doing that. $125. What? Alright, so 5 times that would be 65. Miss Shayla. Where is she? There she is. Miss Shayla. Five, so maybe I don't necessarily want these to be times 5. And yeah, maybe I don't necessarily want those to be times 5 for everything. 15, so times 3, so it'd be 39. 39. 105. And 75. Yeah, maybe I don't. So those are done, basically. Those enemies are done. Let me eat some of my food. I'm hungry. Hmm. Alright, sorry, I got distracted. Something for D&D. You know what? I think I'm going to end the stream here, actually. We got about 5 hours of streaming so far.
What do you guys think?
That sounds good to me. Besides, it's someone I want to go raid. So, for those of you that watch this on YouTube, if anyone does, I don't even know if I'm going to upload this to YouTube, but I'll use an unlisted video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.